Friends, I apologize in advance for all the food footage in this video because I just know it's gonna make you hungry. And if you're on a diet, I apologize twice. If you've been with us for a while, you've probably noticed that we love Italy. My husband and I travel a lot to Europe, and we use this channel to share what we learn on our trips. In this video, I'll show you what we ate in Italy, the foods we loved most, but also the dishes that weren't to our taste. The first thing that took us by surprise in Italy was the eating schedule, which is very different than what we're used to. Those are not at all my eating hours. Breakfast in Italy usually means something sweet and a cappuccino, which is not for me. I'm not a big fan of desserts, especially for breakfast. Also, I've noticed many locals just eat on the go, which is another big no for me. I prefer to sit down and savor my food and coffee, and thankfully I found a place selling pizza by slice near our hotel in Rome and had breakfast there every day. Yes, pizza for breakfast. One time the lady there took 2 pizza slices and made me a pizza sandwich so I could eat it on the go, which I must say is a brilliant idea. Lunch in Italy is between 12 and 3 p.m. and dinner begins after 7. I had a hard time adjusting to these hours because guess what? After having a pizza sandwich for breakfast at 10, I wasn't really hungry at 12. Everywhere we went, people had lunch and dinner reservations, and those who didn't had to wait in line. So after a whole day of waiting in lines, we started to make reservations too. It took me a while to adjust to the eating schedule and the local customs, but it wasn't very hard because the food in Italy is, in my opinion, the best in the world. In Rome, we tried all the local pasta: cacio e pepe, carbonara, truffled carbonara, which was my favorite, amatriciana, and fettuccine alfredo at the very restaurant where this recipe was invented. We ate in the Trastevere neighborhood every day because the food was so delicious and the prices were very good. My favorite restaurant in this area was Enoteca Trastevere, where I had the best carbonara tartufata and also the best tiramisu. We loved it so much this was the only place in Rome where we ate twice. Also in Trastevere, Tonarello is a restaurant highly recommended on social media that didn't disappoint. Here we had a delicious pizza and spaghetti cacio e pepe, and I'm gonna share the menu with you so you can see just how affordable everything was. Just out of curiosity, tell me in the comments how much a portion of pasta costs at the restaurant in your city. I wonder if it's more or less expensive than what we paid in Rome. Another nice place we tried in Trastevere was Tavernetta da Toni e Andrea, where we ate very well, and for the only time on our trip, we ordered something else than pasta. We also had lunch at Alfredo alla Scrofa in Rome, and while it was a bit more expensive than eating in Trastevere, it was definitely a wonderful experience. It was by far the prettiest restaurant I've seen in Rome. Service was amazing, they prepped the pasta in front of us, and the food was incredible. We've also tried a few pizzas in Rome, and even though I'm not a big fan of desserts, I did try the tiramisu. I loved it so much that I taught myself how to make it at home. We loved Rome, so when we got the opportunity to visit Bologna, we jumped right at it. Some say the food in Bologna is the best in Italy, a fact that had to be verified. We spent a few days in Emilia-Romagna and traveled through several cities by train. We have a guide about trains in Italy on our channel. Check it out if you plan to do the same. In beautiful Modena, we tried the tigelle for lunch. They were like smaller sandwiches with delicious fillings like prosciutto, cheese or chocolate. We also tried this gnocco fritto, which was a great snack between meals. For dinner, our friends recommended this pizzeria in Modena, where we ordered several kinds of pizzas to share, and it was a savory delight. I particularly love the truffle salsa you could add to your pizza, as I'm a big fan of truffles. Fun fact, at the restaurants in the Emilia-Romagna area, they add a coperto or servizio to your bill, and this fee is around €3 per person. While in Rome, we usually paid our bill at the table. Here we were given a ticket and invited to pay directly at the counter. We also took a day trip to wonderful Parma, the home of Parma ham. Something interesting about this gorgeous town is that in most restaurants here you will find horse meat. These meatballs were made with horse meat, something I don't usually eat. It was my first time and with no doubt also my last. Of course, we tried the pasta bolognese, which here is called tagliatelle al ragù, and also a mouth-watering lasagna. Another tasty dish we tried was the risotto al zucca, a pumpkin risotto with goat cheese. The pumpkin cream was so delicious. Following this lunch in Parma, everything I ordered in Italy had pumpkin in it. Finally, we had a great time in Bologna, also known as the Fat City, for its rich cuisine. We had an amazing lunch at Ristorante da Cesari, a popular place in Bologna, highly recommended on social media. We showed up without a reservation and were incredibly lucky to get their last table. I ordered these ravioli with pumpkin and my husband got the tagliatelle al ragù. One thing specific to Bologna is that they cook with a lot of butter and everything tastes like heaven. As you can see, the portions weren't very big, so we definitely had some room left for dessert. They had 3 desserts to choose from, but also a tasting plate with all of them, and we were on vacation, so we got that. The ice cream was our favorite, but they were all delicious. For dinner, we headed to Ristorante Danello al Montegrappa. I once again ordered the pasta with the pumpkin, and my husband got the mushroom risotto. Both dishes were delicious, made with paradise dust, aka lots and lots of Parmesan cheese. It was late at night, so we shared a dessert, a spectacular panna cotta that reminded us what truly matters in life. We had a late dinner and we were very hungry from all the walking, so we stopped for a quick snack between meals at the wine bar in Piazza Maggiore. I had a feeling this was a tourist trap due to its location, and I wasn't completely wrong. The food was okay, but not really spectacular. The location is nice though, and the service was great. After a terrible breakfast at a hotel, the following morning we went for a nice walk in the city center and found a lovely salumeria where we ate these heaven-like sandwiches. We made the most of our last hours in Bologna and stopped in a few other places on our way to the airport to get some souvenirs for ourselves. We love Italy and can't wait to discover some more regions and Italian dishes. Tell me in the comments, what's your favorite Italian dish?